Well, I'll tell you, pride has been my biggest enemy, man. All through my salvation, man. And it's always been easy to blame other people, either their lack of knowledge of a situation, their lack of respect, or their lack of whatever. But man, when it all boils down to it, the problem was looking me right in the face. Is the problem was that I thought I was too hard, too structured, and that I thought that I had to be prepared to respond to anything. And see, we don't have to do that. Another thing that I learned from Bryce the other night was, when we're walking with Christ and when we tell him, you lead me, we don't have to make those types of decisions, because walking in him, we're full of grace. We're full of light. We're full of those things that makes him up.
You kind of effed me up on that. You don't have to have a response to everything. That's kind of my whole MO. So like,
oh yeah,
you just got me there, man. Like, Chuck, we need you back every week.
But my pride, let me tell you how the devil works, bro. I was so good with my pride that I made it very, very high, very, very quick in one of the world's largest motorcycle clubs as a sergeant at arms. I wasn't the biggest, baddest, the fastest, or whatever, but my pride would send me into any situation that I needed to go into. That's how I got my name, TNT. As a prospect, I was the controlled explosive. And none of that is braggadocious. None of that is. That's the reflection that I see, because I still have to hold that in my heart. But man, pride ruins so many relationships. I had to reach out to a pastor yesterday that when I left the motorcycle club, I actually was wandering and I found a church and he needed a security director. And hey, man, I was the guy for it. Fast forward 3 years, I didn't like a decision that was made by somebody else. And I thought they were overstepping the bounds of my position. And instead of following what my pastor's lead was, I said, I'm gone. 5-6 years later, man, it still is on my mind. So I had to text him yesterday, or write to him, as he says. And all I said was, Pastor Allen, I owe you an apology. I'm sorry that I let my pride get in the middle of our relationship or ruin our relationship, and just sinned. I didn't have to give an explanation. I didn't have to do anything. I just had to say, I'm sorry. Right. And a lot of times the Lord will lay that on our hearts, that you need to make up or you need to do that. And we think, oh, Lord, I can't go do that because, man, I don't know what to say. I did this, I caused it, but yet I've been blaming them the whole time. Nah, man, it's easy. I'm sorry. Those 3 words, man, can break the walls of pride. Yes. Unfortunately, those elves are working every single minute of the day, and those blocks of that wall, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
boom,
and
boom.
that's a perfect example of why Jesus tells us to deny ourselves. We
That's
have
right.
to deny ourselves because we're the ones that are thinking the wrong things. We have so much animosity towards somebody because of the way that we perceived an action, not because of the intention behind it. Right. Mm. But one thing you should know too, well, that all of you should know, that I saw today, which was really cool, is it was a prayer and it said, I'm not going to let my sins define me. I will let them refine me. So not letting your past define who you are today, but using it as a tool to refine you moving forward. Don't let it hold you down, because then the devil's winning at that point.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, well, I got to add
that's
on that.
reminding you of your fault.
Right.
Yeah. I got to add on this because that's something I'm struggling with a lot right now. And I think, one of the hardest things in my walk in faith is remembering that you are forgiven,
Right.
And that is like, you get so caught up in the legalism of it all. And then sometimes you just hear the word said and it just smacks you in the face. But like you said, like with the spiritual warfare and the elves whispering in your ears, like, they will not let you think that. And it's just constantly like, oh, I'm bad. I've done all these things, or I I can't operate correctly. It's a lie. And you have to constantly remind yourself of that. So no, I'm forgiven. I'm forgiven.
Yeah.
And that's
And they
so
multiply and
hard
get
to do.
louder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Oh,
get
yeah.
louder when you're doing better, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
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 what
And I
does
think that's why we have to go to the secret place.
Mhm.
And we're starting to go to to our secret room, our secret place. And I think that's one reason why that is, because we're forced to cast the world out and just quiet down and be alone, if not for just a few minutes.
Yeah.
And all the revelation, he says, will come right then, but it will be shown to you out in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the results of that time.